Welcome Welcome to episode 133 of Watching Complain. Today, we are talking about The Boys season...
Trois.
Twat?
Un, deux, trois.
Oh, yes.
Remember, there's a French guy in the show who has the best name. It's fucking Frenchie. Like, that's so mean.
I didn't have to think
Frenchie.
of any of the... I'm distracted.
See, that's what happens when you're looking at pornography.
I'm just trying to get the episodes up here.
He's looking at pornography, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about old strokes on the last show, and now he's looking up
Of course we were. Stranger Things.
Gilfs.
Girls I'd like to... No.
Girls.
No.
No. Oh, shit. What was it? Beings who are capable of becoming pregnant porn. Give me the acronym
That's
for
the
that.
new one.
No, it's not girl. Yeah.
What would that be?
Human persons who are capable of becoming pregnant.
First, P-W-R, no, A.
That's going to be a new section on Pornhub, and it's just going to be a girl standing there like, what?
Pwack.
Pwack.
Pwacko.
Give me more of that Pwacko porn. That sounds like a guy whose front teeth have been bashed out. How was some of that Pwacko porn?
It's Pwackwab.
Pwackwab porn. And it's just a girl that's showing her vagina going, see?
Just
I've got a uterus, too.
Yeah. And then someone's going to be offended because of vagina.
And you can't say uterus. It's offensive to people that don't have uteruses. Speaking, you know who doesn't have uteruses? The Boys.
Is it Vaderus?
It'd be a Vaderus or an Usterus or an asterisk.
No. The Boys.
I had a ball watching the fucking Boys. I
know
remember
you
reading
did,
the comic.
yeah.
I enjoyed the comic
Did
a
you
lot.
read the comic?
I did. Yeah.
Before The Boys started?
I read the comic when somebody told me the show was coming out. A friend of mine, Sean, who's a huge comic fan.
I know Sean.
Sean told me, dude, you got to check out the Boys. They're making a show of it, but you got to check out the comic book. So I checked out the comic and I was like, dude, this is fucking great. And the one thing that was very distracting in the comic is Huey is drawn completely modeled after Simon Pegg. So Jack Quaid's character is looks like Simon Pegg in the book, and so as kind of a joke, they made Simon Pegg his dad in the show, which is really, really funny. Butcher is massive in the comic book. He's a really, really big guy, so that was always fun to watch.
So was the other dude, the black dude.
Black Noir?
What's his name?
Black Noir.
No, the
A-Train?
On the Boys team.
Oh, Mother's Milk.
Yeah. What was he a big guy in the comic?
They're all the guys except for Huey. All of them are very humongously large guys.
Okay.
But no, the one thing. So I loved this season, and the majority of why I love the show is the actors that they've got. They are
really
fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
And I know they all have names. I'm forgetting what they are. Or just didn't learn them. But I love that two New Zealanders, one speaking with a terrible Cockney accent, the one you would not know, in my opinion, you would not know that Homelander's from New Zealand. You would think that he is fucking straight A American with the way he speaks.
Yep.
Grew up playing Starlight's great. Maeve is great. Like, everybody is just fucking great.
And they're having fun.
And you can, that first show. So in the very first show, there's a little guy. I forgot his name too. It was on the. I was thinking of it before, but he's called like the fucking Little Stepper or something.
Oh yes.
Right out of the gate, the show starts with this guy doing a shit ton of cocaine, and he shrinks down and he's in the cocaine, and then he's sneezing. And so right out of the gate, I was like, man, they are definitely reminding you, like, this is not a Disney show. Disney has their Marvel Universe, and that's great. That works for them, but we're doing something very different. And then they decide to take that and they go, okay, have you got the gag here that we're not like Disney? Well, let's put that up. Let's ratchet it up to fucking 500. And he shrinks down and crawls inside a guy's penis.
And you see everything.
And sneezes and blows this guy apart.
That beat the whale scene.
It takes a lot to get me to laugh out loud in a movie. Or in any TV show, I was having a fucking ball. As soon as that happened, I'm like, this has got to be one of the best fucking shows I've watched in a while.
If you ever want to make Rob happy, have one guy go inside another guy's penis and blow up.
That's right. Instead of the other way around, if you know what I'm saying.
The other guy going inside the other guy's penis and blowing it.
This is what I tell my son. It's a more fun joke when you describe it. Because one thing I'll tell you about, and if you know anybody who has autism, autistic people aren't very good with subtle or sarcastic jokes or inference from jokes. So Dexter, one of his favorite jokes has always been, what the fuck is it? Something like, hey, why do vampires get good jobs? Because they stake their reputation on it. And he'll be like, stake. So like steak is spelled S-T-A-K-E. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Because a steak will kill a vampire. I get it, dude. I totally get it. That's what it's like. I don't know how many autistic comedians there are out there because they seem to love to drive the joke home. Anyway.
You can play it up.
Could you?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm too close to it. Maybe I'm too close to it because I've lived with the person. But whatever.
If you were autistic and you were wanting to be a comedian, you could definitely play it up and just be like, I'm an autistic comedian. Just be straight up on stage and play up to those traits.
You should do it.
I'm not autistic.
But you could say you're an autistic comedian.
yeah,
you
okay.
identify
that'll go
as an
over
autistic comedian
so well.
with a uterus.
Yeah. That beats the last year when I tried to get up on stage and tell people I was black.
You were the Black Kid. That's what you should go by. Your superhero name is the Black Kid.
They're just like, they would never know who I am. Quite the secret identity.
You wear like a Zorro mask.
Yeah, I was talking about the mask, not my skin color.
I'm the Black
You racist.
Kid. You racist bastards. Also, I have autism. Right from the first jump of that show, I really like that. I really like the gore of the show. Also, the stakes of this show, they do a very good job, and it's really fucking hard to make the stakes of this show feel real. Like, you really feel like Homelander has lost his mind. And he can't be stopped. He rips that guy Alex to fucking shreds. He throws that girl off the fucking roof. Like, you really feel like, and it's
less
such a
and
testament.
less for him to care.
Yeah, and it's a testament to the actor because he says, you people effectively are all fucking insects. I am a god compared to you people, and I'm fucking tired of not being treated as such. And it's not played for any sort of fucking joke. He is dead serious. And that's such a fine line to sell that. Like, think of something like fucking Taxi Driver. Think of something like any movie where there was a bad guy that had to sell you on how bad he was. You know, like fucking great example, Thanos. Thanos, you were like, yeah, he's a big fucking purple space alien. But then when you watched how he came across in Endgame and Infinity War, you're like, I buy it. 100% I buy it. And I believe that there are real stakes here. Mm-hmm. And that's how it feels with Homelander. I feel like there's real stakes when it comes to Homelander because of the fantastic acting, the fucking fantastic writing.
Well, you can
really well done.
An example of it not well done is the guy from Morbius.
Dancing Matt Smith.
Well,
or
Matt
Morbius,
Smith
either of them.
was the only good thing about the movie. But I'm talking about, like, what's his name? The Hawk or whatever. The guy at the end. The old
the
dude.
Vulture.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here, but I know it's Spider-Man's fault. Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here,
shit.
but I know it has something to do with Spider-Man.
I don't think it's his fault. I think it's Sony's fault or whoever made the freaking
Also,
craptastic movie.
I love, too, that, have you heard that Kraven the Hunter is going to be like a vegan animal lover? Mm-hmm. You're like, Kraven the Hunter is going to be an animal lover. Like, I know a little bit about Kraven. Again, I'm not going to say I'm any sort of fucking expert when it comes to comic books, but I've read enough Spider-Man comics to know that Kraven is not an animal lover.
He's a poacher.
Yeah, he's not even a poacher. He wants to, like, be an animal.
He's not Tarzan.
But he kind of wanted to be Tarzan. Like, but he wanted to fight. Like, remember, like Pete Postlethwaite in the Lost World. Like, he wanted to go up against the most ferocious animals and take them down. That's what Kraven the Hunter is. So
that sounds like poaching to me. Just not for rugs and putting them on your wall. Right. It's just for your ego.
The point is, The Boys, Season 3, very good. Jack Quaid, fucking fan. Every time.
What a great power.
Oh, the fucking flipping in and out, transporting. Yeah, that was great. But
without clothes.
What I love about Jack Quaid, the actual actor Jack Quaid, not his role. He sounds like and looks like his father. So he looks like Dennis Quaid. He looks like a young Dennis Quaid, which makes sense. He's a kid. But that smile is all fucking Meg Ryan. So it's so cool seeing these actors that you grew up with when you were younger and seeing them.
Because Rob is 60.
That's right, 85 years old. 85 years young. That's why go to my website, strokeandcomplain.com, to see me getting stroked off by GILFs.
I'm not buying that.
Now I lost my train of thought like an old person. But yeah, he's so good. Just as an actor, he has so much charisma, and he sells that fucking character. Carl Urban is so fucking good as Butcher. The accent needs some work, sure, but he's good at being a character that you love to hate. Mother's Milk is good. Frenchie's good. Everybody is so fucking good.
Is it horrible to judge that Starlight looked really thin, in this season?
I don't think she looks any different than she has before.
I just feel like she looks like she has...
anorexia?
Yeah. Now, I know I shouldn't be judging that. I get it.
You should.
I'm going to get in trouble on TikTok, whatever.
You shouldn't be judging it.
But I'm just saying, it seemed like she was... It could be just like a lot of actresses are that small because the camera
adds 10
and
pounds.
they need to beat
Which is
other
bullshit.
actresses to the punch, you know.
I really liked...
could just be showing through.
I really like Maeve. Looks good.
Yeah.
The Countess, she looked fucking good. She, of course, was the girl from Walking Dead, and Marita Covarrubias from the X-Files. She was the one character from the X-Files I always love to say her name. Hello, I'm Marita Covarrubias. I just fucking love that name.
I don't remember that. I watched a lot of X-Files.
No, you didn't if you don't remember Marita Covarrubias.
No clue.
But yeah, it ended like a tease of where the ending is going to go. So we know that Homelander's got to get killed. Homelander has to get taken down.
You think?
Yeah. Homelander can't be
I
controlled.
really thought he was going to switch sides this season.
I don't think so. See, I think that's the bait and switch. I think it's like, we're going to get Homelander on our side. Like, no. Homelander's going to show his true colors. The one guy that's going to try to take him down is going to get killed. The guy that's going to try to take him down is going to be Butcher. And there's going to be one guy that has to take Homelander down.
I just wish it was like that lobotomy that he got.
What's lobotomy?
The metal straw to the head or
So
something.
fucking
and I was
good.
just like, that would be the perfect thing where he just like walks up weirdly like he did. And he's just like, I'm so sorry.
No,
he just changes completely, and everyone wants to see how he's changed in the next season.
They're setting it up perfectly for who's going to kill him. To me, it's very, very obvious. I might be totally wrong, but his son, yeah, because the idea here was the father. Soldier Boy discovers he's effectively the father, and he's got to fight his father, but he can't kill him. He can't bring himself. Even Homelander can't bring himself to kill his own father. But his son is going to be able to kill his father. That's the direction I think they're leaning into. Mm-hmm. And I like that there was it was dispersed little bits here and there where his son has a heart and his father is going to be like...
turn the son back?
I think...
After he's gone and just killed someone in...
Homelander goes full tilt Nazi evil. In the next season, he goes full tilt batshit crazy.
Okay, yeah.
And the son, for the side of good, has to take him down and then wrestles with that for the rest of his life. That's my opinion. That's
there
where I
would have
love
to
be
be something specific.
Why?
That causes his son to clue in.
His Homelander's murdering a bunch of people. And one thing we haven't even talked about is the very obvious reference to the Democrats versus the Republicans in the States, where he fucking blows a guy's head apart that like hit some of the Coke bottle or a Coke can. Homelander blows his fucking head to pieces, and everyone's like, "Yeah!" I'm like, "Yep." It's not subtle at all, but it's good.
It's the stepfather of
Mother's Milk's daughter. Yeah. But it was so good. Like it was. You can hit something on the head, and then you can pummel it into the fucking ground with a hammer. And they pummel it to the ground with a hammer, but not insultingly, not stupidly.
No, yeah.
Not one of those movies where like, You know what? Racism's wrong. Like that fucking terrible show Euphoria. You know what? Drugs are bad, but we're doing drugs because we're so sad.
It's like a smart satirical thing.
Yeah, fantastically satirical, and I'm loving it. Having a fucking ball watching it. I wish there was more of it. I'm looking forward to when it comes back. But yeah, another thing too that's cool to watch is the guy playing Homelander. He looks humongous in that suit. There's a lot of padding on that suit. He's actually a pretty small guy, but he's doing so fucking good in this show. I'm just fucking loving it.
So out of 10,
this season was balls to the wall fun. I got to go with like an 8 out of 10. I had so much fun. There's only one other show right now that I'm watching that I don't know if it's fun to say that I'm having watching it, but I do not ever want it to end, but it's got to end.
I'm going to say 7 out of 10. I'm not as high up on it as
you don't like
are.
seeing penises as much as I do.
Well, that's to be discussed later on. I felt like the stuff with Frenchie and the girl, well, kind of dragged out. Speaking of what, dragged on a bit too much, and I was just like, I wanted to just get it over with. Like you could have gone quickly over some of that, and then once it was done, it was just like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I loved
felt like we got to do some of these
musical
characters because they're here. Yeah, that was fun.
And I love that she dances to music while she's beating people up, which was kind of a distraction. Did you notice that?
No.
The reason why Frenchie got shot was because she was distracted pummeling the one guy to music. And so if she wasn't, she would have probably noticed that. That's going to be an issue later.
I just, I love the, Marvel is like, pow, and then you see a little speck of blood running down.
There's a reason for that.
This fucking show, she beats guys into fucking bloody paste on the ground. I love it.
Marvel, it's still a risk to them because, like, if you go and make Deadpool, you are still risking a whole demographic that can't watch.
I wouldn't call it a risk. I would call it there's an expected level of violence in Marvel movies that parents have come to expect.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, the majority, fucking 70% of our income is coming from parents bringing in their kids. The other 30% are these older, man children who want us to be uber violent, but we know where our bread is buttered, man. We got to make sure we don't go over the top violent with it.
Yeah. And that's why even Deadpool is limited.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's the R-rated Marvel movie, but it's nothing compared to The Boys in terms of the R rating.
No.
Like, I would love to see The Boys in the Marvel universe a little bit more. Like, you can kind of get it with that
guy. He wears a shirt.
The DC side.
Super shirt.
The guy that did Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn,
yeah.
So when he went over and did Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Like, you're kind of getting it there, but it's still not The Boys level.
No, and I think about The Boys, what really works is it leans into how lunatic it is. Like, it's loony. This whole story is nuts, and that's what makes it so much fucking fun.
For some reason, somewhat believable, because it takes stuff from our actual life and plays upon
because the actors are so fucking good. Like, A-Train, you hate the fucking guy. And then
now
he brings in the Blue Bolt, who's a racist piece of shit. And then he grabs a guy and he fucking drags him and turns him into a pot of fucking mush. And you're like, this is what I loved. I loved this fucking scene in the last show where A-Train goes to his brother and his brother says, "Did you kill Blue Bolt?" And he's like, "Nope. Soldier Boy did." He goes, "You fucking killed him, didn't you?" He goes, "I wanted to see that guy rot in jail for the rest of his life for what he did to me."
Yeah.
So you're thinking, like, of course his brother's going to be happy because the guy that took his legs away. And then you're like, no, you got to think where that brother's coming from, man. I wanted to watch that guy suffer just like I got to suffer.
Show example to his kids.
Yep. And I'm like, I like that there's this guy that can go super fast and fucking kills this guy and then ends up taking his heart because his heart almost exploded. Now he's got to live with that guilt. And it's real emotions on this satirical fucking mania of the show, and it's done so fucking well. I'm really enjoying it.
I am betting since isn't the next season the last season, or are they
I don't think so. I think it's 2 more seasons.
Oh, geez,
but it could be they have a cartoon spinoff, I believe.
They already have Diabolical, I think it's called.
Yeah. So it could be 1 more season and that. But yeah, I'm having a ball with it.
Who do you think? What big character is going to die next? Maeve was the. It was kind of like cheated because her powers died at the end.
Yeah. The next one, in my opinion, because they can introduce fucking 100 more. The next one to die that would feel like a fair death is probably Butcher. We've got. Oh, I should have my zapper.
Maybe at the end of the season, but because he's money. That's not going to happen.
Butcher's got a. So he's got a Homelander's son has to come so far, think that his dad is a superstar. Mm-hmm. Butcher, who is the kid the guy who really has actually been watching out for the kid, Homelander kills Butcher. The kid teams up with Huey and Starlight to say, I can be the one to help take him down. Then the son takes down Homelander. We're left with the people that Frenchie and his girlfriend, they're going to die as well. The only three left standing, Starlight, Huey, and Mother's Milk.
No, because I see Butcher getting those doses of the trial.
Yep.
That they keep
Compound
talking
V.
about. That
Yep.
What's his name that died this last episode? The war guy.
Soldier Boy.
He
didn't die though. He's in the coma.
He's okay. Yes, but he's how he got his powers.
The war guy.
He got a trial of the medicine or whatever.
Yep.
Compound V, or was it something
Compound
else?
V. Yep.
And that kept him having the powers. So if you gave him that and he accepted it, a Butcher, then he would still have his powers and he wouldn't die of cancer, was it?
Right, but he's dying anyway. Remember the Compound V that they're doing, that they are taking, it kills him. Remember Starlight said after 3 to 5 doses.
Because it's two different medicines.
Yeah, but also remember Soldier Boy already had those powers.
Oh.
Right? I think. I don't know. The point is...
Because I thought they said that he volunteered and then he got the powers and his father said you cheated.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So
I'm sorry.
That was
you're right.
my thought process. I feel like there's two different like Compound V.
There might, you might be.
And one is
one's called 10th V. I think there's one that's a 10th V and the
one
Compound
that's the
V.
temporary one. Yeah, which is what they were taking, which was an issue. So it's like one's green and one's blue.
The point is, the show has a lot of nudity, which is great.
I just see not next season, but the season after that being the babysit the kid. He'll be in high school at that point, but like teach him the ways and craft the new superhero that they want out there.
See, I like the idea that this TV show introduces the ideology that you can't have a Superman. Superman is a fiction. He's a work of fiction.
Too powerful.
Anyone that you give godlike powers will start realizing like you're all ants compared to me. Like I am a real honest to God person. And I like that. That's what the show leads into. Like Homelander can't be stopped. Soldier Boy can't be stopped. They're like, yeah, even fucking Soldier Boy says, I'll just wipe out whoever's in my fucking way. I don't fucking care. You're all ants compared to me. And same as Invincible, the way that Omni-Man leans into it. He's like, we're vitriols or vitriums or wherever the fuck they're from, vitrolites. And he says, the lifespan of a human being is a fucking blink of the eye. It's a speck of dust compared to how long we'll live. So fuck them all. They're all fucking ants. The vitrolites or vitromites are going to come down here, totally exterminate the human race, and this is going to be a planet that we can live on as vitrolites, because vitromites, whatever they're called, because we live much longer. Like they'll end up seeing people without powers as ants to be stepped on, and that's what the boys really leans into.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what they're doing with Homelander and saying every time he gets away with something, he goes to that next level of being.
Yep. And who's going to stop him?
Not oblivious, but just like ignorant.
Yeah. And what I liked in this season, he fucking blows the guy's head apart, and they're all like, "Woo!" cheering for him, and even he looks around
Wasn't
like,
that the kid?
No, it was Homelander that killed him because the guy threw the it was like a Coke can or something, and it hit his son Ryan, and so Homelander turned around and blew the guy's head apart. And even he looks at the audience. Okay. And he's like, shit, I can literally kill people right in front of them and they don't care.
He's like, it's the figuring that out, yeah. And it's going to get worse because they're going to play upon that Republican thing of going after, like, basically the civil war that's currently going on in the U.S.
Well, it's not going on yet.
It started.
Yeah. It's starting.
It's social civil war at this point, and everyone's just at that beginning phase where they're just realizing that people are not going to change. And like, what do you do about that? You have two sides that are so abrasive against each other. What do they do to go to this next level? How do they go to peace?
They need some sort of peacemaker that
I think
hopefully
the
will come out of this.
peacemaker will end up being a civil war.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's going to be not a civil war that people think about in terms of like the old school civil war of the United States.
See, what they
going to
should
be
do
what's happening now. Social
like
civil war.
The Republicans and the Black Lives Matter should be like, "How dare you, sir!" And they like slap each other with gloves and shit like
now
the old
you're
Civil
having
War.
Democratic social media people, hosts, celebrities starting to say, you know what? Republicans are taking to the streets and killing people with guns. We need to arm ourselves.
Jesus Christ.
That's what's happening now. And
Not for us. We're in Canada.
but I think they're going to play upon that Civil War thing and work it into the show next season.
I think you're taking
More
the
so.
boys too seriously.
Did we rate it already? I think we did. Yeah, 7 and 8.
But I
0.5.
gave it 8 out of 10 because it needs more nudity.
I agree.
Right?
But I feel like they were playing more upon male nudity, kind of like we saw in Halo.
Yeah.
So because the
I'm
times
fine with male nudity
they're
too,
worried
but
about
it needs
doing it too
more
much.
nudity. More
Starlight.
hanging dong. It'll be all right seeing Starlight. Starlight's a very pretty, very attractive girl. Not my type, but very good looking girl.
Who's Frenchie's?
The little Asian girl. Yeah, she's good looking
You
too.
can't say little.
Oh, sorry. The
Vertically challenged Asian girl.
vertically challenged Asian girl. But you can't say Asian. Vertically. Oh no, it's you're not allowed to say Oriental. That's the mean word.
Subscribe to our show. Follow. Like. Go to our TikTok.
Stroke and complain.
Instagram.
Instantgram. That's right. For all of you out there using Meta, their platform Instantgram.
Well, you can now go on Meta's virtual reality headset and not have to get a Facebook account.
No, now you need a Meta account.
No.
Yep, the new one needs a Meta account.
Oh shoot! They sent an email saying you specifically do not need to do a Facebook account. We went back on that now.
But you need a Meta. Yeah, I saw the same thing because we added an Oculus to our Amazon cart, and it says you don't need a Facebook
An
account.
Oculus or Quest 3 or Quest 2?
Quest 2. Yeah, Quest 2. But you do need
You're
a
gonna
Meta
love
account.
Quest 2.
You know what I'm going to be using it for.
I told you that is the best thing to have for the Quest 2. Like
There's no way, like, I don't know how I'm going to hold the things because they're just going to
don't.
be covered in goo.
you don't because it'll
Holy
just
moly!
you don't have to do anything. You are going to do something, but I mean like you're just putting the headset on and you're pressing play and then you can do your thing. You don't have to hold the wands.
But if I want to hold the wand, like her pigtails.
It's not a video game. It's just
It could be a video game.
It's like 3D in the movie theater. You're not holding the
I'm
character's
gonna wear it
pigtails.
to the movie.
WatchingComplain.com.
I got monster in my mustache.